Tonight, we embark on a chilling dissection, peeling back the layers of a concept as ancient as human desire itself. The Demonic Pact. It's a terrifying proposition, the ultimate exchange of self for power, knowledge, or forbidden pleasures. Can a soul truly be bargained away? Enter if you dare. Exit if you can. The ink of damnation, anatomy of the contract. To the medieval mind, a pact was a serious legal agreement, and a demonic pact was the most serious of all, an unbreakable, eternal bond. The terms were not vague whispers in the night. They were often meticulously detailed in lore, understood through centuries of theological warnings and alleged confessions. The core currency exchanged was invariably the soul, a concept central to Christian cosmology, representing the eternal essence of an individual. This soul was not just a token. It was the ultimate, non-renewable resource, pledged to the demonic entity in exchange for earthly boons. What were these boons, as varied as human desires? The legend dictates that demons offered wealth beyond imagining, appearing as coins or jewels that would replenish endlessly. They promised unrivaled power, granting the ability to command nature, influence minds, or achieve impossible feats of strength. Some sought forbidden knowledge, insights into the mysteries of the universe, or glimpses into the future, a dangerous wisdom that often came with a terrible cost to sanity. Others craved love, or rather the illusion of it, compelling others to desire them against their will. The infernal contract would often specify a duration for these earthly benefits, a period of a few years, a decade, or even a lifetime, after which the payment would be collected. The ritual of the pact itself was often described with chilling specificity. It was not a casual agreement. Accounts speak of formal invocations, performed in desolate places at unholy hours, under a moonless sky. The air would grow thick with an unnatural chill, the scent of sulfur permeating the darkness. The demon, if it chose to appear, might take on a monstrous form or a deceptively beautiful guise, its true nature hidden beneath a veneer of charm. A signature was frequently required, often in blood, the most personal and potent of fluids, believed to bind the agreement on a spiritual level. Some tales even mention a demonic mark, burned onto the body of the pact maker, an indelible sign of their allegiance. This signature, sealed in blood, was not just a formality. It was a physical manifestation of a spiritual surrender, an irreversible commitment to eternal damnation. But the promised benefits were always fleeting, a cruel mirage. The wealth acquired would bring no joy, turning to ash or inspiring paranoia. The power gained would corrupt, twisting the individual into a monstrous reflection of their former self. The knowledge gleaned would drive them to madness, revealing cosmic horrors too vast for the human mind to comprehend. Historical accounts are replete with stories of those who made such pacts, ultimately falling into despair, paranoia, and a terrifying psychological torment. Their alleged demonic benefactors would begin to make their presence known in subtle, then increasingly overt ways, reminding the pact maker of their impending doom. Visions of hellfire, tormented spirits, and the suffocating presence of their master would plague their waking hours and invade their dreams. The ultimate consequence was not merely death, but an eternity of servitude, their soul claimed and twisted into a tool for the infernal realm. It was a Faustian bargain, where the apparent gains were always outweighed by the unimaginable and irreversible cost. Modern echoes, the unanswered question of the soul's price. In our ostensibly enlightened age, the literal belief in blood-signed contracts with horned devils may have receded from mainstream thought, yet the core concept of the Demonic Pact persists, a chilling echo in the collective unconscious. It manifests not just in the dark corners of popular culture, the countless films, books, and games that perpetually reimagine the Faustian bargain, but also in the very fabric of our anxieties. We speak of selling your soul for career success, for fleeting fame, or for material gain, understanding implicitly that there's a moral or spiritual price for unchecked ambition. The language may have shifted from theological damnation to psychological degradation, but the underlying fear of an ultimate irreversible cost remains. Perhaps the modern demonic pact isn't signed in blood on parchment, but rather in the slow, insidious erosion of one's ethics, the gradual compromise of one's values, or the relentless pursuit of self-gratification at the expense of others. In a world increasingly driven by instant gratification and boundless ambition, the temptation to take a shortcut, to bypass the arduous journey of integrity and genuine effort, has never been stronger. We see individuals seemingly blessed with impossible luck, meteoric rises to power, or uncanny abilities to manipulate and persuade. And a part of us, the primal, fearful part, wonders if they paid a price, a hidden cost exacted by something unseen, something beyond our comprehension. The passing of dedicated guardians like Ed and Lorraine Warren, who spent their lives confronting these alleged dark forces, only heightens the unsettling question: who now stands as the bulwark against such entities? Who understands the true nature of these contracts, or if not those who devoted themselves to studying them? If the Warrens believed that objects could be attached to malevolent entities, carrying a piece of the infernal with them, what then of the pacts themselves? Are they merely psychological phenomena, or do they leave an indelible spiritual scar, a lingering vibration in the unseen realms? The very existence of such a concept, across millennia and cultures, speaks to a fundamental human fear of a universal morality, an ultimate judgment. So, we return to our initial, chilling question: can you truly sell your soul? Is the Demonic Pact a relic of a superstitious past, or a timeless existential threat? The answer may lie not in ancient texts or dusty museum exhibits, but within the boundless depths of human desire itself. For as long as there is desperation, as long as there is unchecked ambition, as long as there is a yearning for what is forbidden, the shadow of the Demonic Pact will loom. It whispers of an ultimate price, an eternal consequence for the greatest of temptations. And perhaps that is the most terrifying truth of all, that some contracts, once conceived in the deepest chambers of the heart, can bind a soul for all eternity, whether signed in blood or merely in the silent acquiescence to forbidden desire. Darkness doesn't always hide. Sometimes it invites you in. So, the abyss stares back, the contract sealed, the price paid. Some bargains once struck echo through eternity. If this video left you questioning everything, show your support with a like and drop a comment with your theory. Subscribe to the Diabolists Lab on YouTube and TikTok, and if our work speaks to you, consider fueling the fire through the Ko-fi link in the description. And remember, keep your eyes open and your doors locked. Evil waits for those who open the wrong one.